Hi, I'm Vicky Burnett at vickyburnett.com, coaching women to put themselves back on their priority list. So today I wanted to share a story about my vulnerability. It was earlier this week, and I went for a run with my husband. And we talked about it beforehand. We were going to go a distance I hadn't done this side of Christmas, and we were going to go on a trail which was kind of hilly, and we were going to do it later in the evening, which meant that we were going to be running at least half of it in the dark. So running around in the dark in the woods, it was playing on my mind from the minute we set off. So when we set off, the trail was difficult. We'd had a storm, so there was tons of stuff over the trail. So my legs were tired, and then there was the element of bugs. There was loads of bugs out, so that was, if I stopped still to try and navigate anything, they would come buzzing around my ears. And then there was the element of knowing that soon enough it was going to be completely dark. So at one point we put the headlamps on because it had gotten dark, turned around to come back, and I must have fallen twice. And it wasn't really the fall that hurt, but in fact it didn't hurt. But by the time my husband came back to the second time to pick me up and help me out, he's like, "Are you okay?" And it was just that element of sympathy that I'm like, "No, I'm really tired." And I was tired, but I was tired physically, emotionally, mentally, like it all went in there. And so he came in to give me a hug, and literally there was like a couple of sobs that came out of me. Not something that I do very often at all. But then I pulled myself together, and on we went, and we finished the run, albeit he saved me a little bit, and we headed out of the trail and onto the roads. But the amazing thing I found about that, I shared it with my kids, because I kind of had made something up about, like I said, staying very pulled together for them. And they looked at me kind of gleefully, like, "You did?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I picked myself up and I kept on going." And so they were really interested in that element, and it made the whole story a bit more relatable to their own lives. And so they were very interested, because normally they would not be interested in a story about me running. But this really made it interesting to them, that where they could relate to mom crying over something that was challenging. Still offered me kind of a teaching element, get up, dust yourself off, carry on. And I think it kind of gave my husband an opportunity to kind of just be helpful to me and to really support me, because I think I get on with life quite well normally. So he doesn't have too many opportunities for that. And obviously he's loving and caring all the time, but this was a real occasion that he could totally step in and support me, and I actually think he really enjoyed it. So there was quite a lot that came out of my vulnerability, and here's to having more.